everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Talk It Out with Pritika Kharkwal, a place to hear stories, experiences, and impact in the fields of mentoring and mental health. These two are important causes for today's youth. I'm your host, Pritika Kharkwal, a current high schooler who is a passionate advocate for these causes and is here to provide you with a place to hear and learn from the inspiring experiences of our guests. Today, I'm the guest once again. Today's podcast session is where I'm going to be sharing self care practices I implement in my own life and really what the importance of self care is. So let's start off. What is self care? As in the name, it essentially means taking time out of the normal hustle bustle of your life to truly do the things that you love, things that give you a deep sense of relaxation, calmness, and happiness. Oftentimes, we think taking care of our mental health has to be a long, hard, strenuous process, but in reality, our mental health can be enhanced just by doing easy self care practices. Personally, I take care of my mental health through one, nature walks, and two, meditation. These are just two of the ways. There are many more, but the two most impactful would be these two. So, first things first, nature walks. In our past podcast with Dr. Emma Seppala, remember how she told us the importance of going out in nature? And from my own experiences, I can definitely relate that going out in nature is especially super important for my overall health and well being. Being away from my devices, my phones, away from media, away from any form of stress, and just going out, seeing trees, animals, and any form of nature really makes me feel happier and more content, especially when I'm going out with my family because it's a great way to connect with those around you. That's also another way I take care of my own well being and health is by really just talking and hanging out with people that I love and people that I can trust and rely on. So I have a story. Of course, this podcast is all about that of when I went out in nature and it really helped me. Once I remember I had a really major exam the next day. It was quite important in my high school life. And so I was feeling very stressed. And definitely I could have spent some extra time cramming in some last minute stuff, but instead I was like, you know what, I need a relaxation break. So I went on a walk out with my family and the effects were actually great. I felt more calm and content, and during like my exam the next day, I didn't feel tired. I felt fresh and rejuvenated. Of course, that also had to do with the fact that I slept on time, which of course is another way to take care of your overall health and well-being. But going out on nature, it didn't necessarily take away from my study time. It was rather just a way to just kind of relax yourself, calm down any nerves. So definitely going out for walks, especially in nature, is proven scientifically and in many ways through personal experience to help with your overall well-being. Next, the second main thing is I do meditation for self-care. Ever since I was 8 years old, I meditated. I joined my first meditation class through the Art of Living Foundation, and I really feel like meditation, yoga, and breath work has been just such an integral part of my life. I feel that breath work allows us as youth to really connect with ourselves, and especially in today's time, there's just constant information overload, so much information thrown at us, sources of distraction, so many forms of negativity. So breath work, meditation, it's really just a time where you can step back from everything around you and take a detox from your surroundings. Here at this podcast, we're all about sharing stories. So I have a story, very specific one. Last year, I had a particular competition. I was very stressed. The previous year, I had not performed the best that I wanted to. And so last year I was seeking improvement. I had spent a lot of time looking over my mistakes from the previous year, and I really wanted to do my very best. So obviously there was a lot of stress and pressure associated with going into the competition. So the morning before the competition, I could have very well crammed and just done last minute revisions, especially because like many people around me were doing that. But I chose really to not go with the flow. I instead took a step back and recharge and reset through meditation and yoga, some simple breathing exercises, and then I went in for my competition. As a result, I was able to perform my very best. I did qualify for nationals. And I feel like a big, big part of my performance was because of the fact that I was mindful, I was in the moment, and I was focused in what I was doing. So this just kind of goes to show how taking time out for self-care, it's not a waste of time. Rather, I like to think of self-care, like for example, breath work, nature walks, they fuel you. These form of self-care practices, they give you energy. They allow you to leverage your true potential. And I feel like especially for us as youth, that's even more important because we need ways to kind of just recharge, reset, and take a step back from the crazy schedule that we may have around us. So, comment down below and please share what your self-care practices are. There's definitely a lot. These are just kind of two big ones that I wanted to share that have been very influential and integral in my life. So that wraps up today's session with me, your host, Pratika Kharkwal, sharing my stories and experiences with self-care. Remember that self-care is just so important, especially in today's time. We have so much going on around us, so much being thrown at us. We need something that can really allow us to just not think about anything else, just focus on ourselves. We need to take care of our health and well being to truly feel happy and content in life. So don't forget to recharge, reset, and do your self care. Your health really matters. So, listeners, have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to Talk It Out with Pratika Kharkwal for more content like this. And please feel free to share your topic request, and we'll see you next time. Bye.